advanced ingestion, and just click on that.
forasins.com
First.
అడిగిన ఫర్ అవర్స్ అది అడిగిన
No, but which directory?
/passion
only, no?
How many times you went to that place? Every document is from that place only.
I heard something different. First something.
that first link he sent to earlier something advanced ingestion
forasins.com/passion, and the first is the advanced ingestion tools to acquire data streams, Flume and Kafka. We won't cover Kafka, we will do it little bit later, but we will cover the next topic, which is Flume. So what's the difference between Scoop and Flume? Scoop is used for bidirectional data transfer between your Hadoop or Hive and relational database management systems. Look, the right hand side or one of the sides of Scoop is always an RDBMS. Okay? Whereas if you look at Flume, Flume is a unidirectional, not bidirectional, data transfer to move the data to destinations like Hadoop, Hive, Kafka. All these things we can use, but the left hand side is logs or files. That's the main difference. So there is no RDB. The moment RDBMS is coming into picture, you should always be using what? She's a new guy. Your son is also there? No. So whenever RDBMS is coming into picture, you will be using Scoop, and when there are files or logs that are needed, you will be using Flume. That is the fundamental idea. Okay? So when to use what, you should be knowing it. Can you guess why Flume is unidirectional? Please think about this. If it is logs and files, there is no point in writing it back, right? But whereas relational database management systems and Hive, it is tables. Both are almost relational, even though one is not NoSQL. So there is a sense in making transfer between this and this. Whereas here, it is always unidirectional. Okay? So what I want you to do is just look at the diagram. I'm not drawing it again. It is clearly mentioned there. This is what you need to master. There are 3 terms that you should be very familiar when you are using Flume. This is not applicable for Scoop. This is applicable only for Flume. Whenever you want to use Flume, okay, you need to have something called a source, something called a channel, and a sink. Okay. If you're familiar with the traditional programming models, source and sink is a commonly used term. Source is the place from where the data or water is coming. Sink is the place where the water or the data is going, right? And the pipe in between through which it traverses, that's called a channel. So source, channel, and sink. And if you look at the diagram, this is the source. It goes through the channel and it goes to the sink. From the sink, it will go to whatever destination that you want. Similarly, the source can be anything from where you want to take the logs. One of the good examples for you is if suppose you have a web server, Apache, or if you have a WebSphere application server, WebLogic server, etc., you want to read the logs in real time. And if suppose the memory is a little bit high or some exception is coming, you want to take the action immediately. Understand? So you can just take this particular logs and you can write some logic while it is coming here. You know, if you are storing it correctly into HDFS, you can easily write a MapReduce program or something, and then you can easily create an alert or that kind of thing, right? So that is one of the applications that you will be doing, right? Another thing, I think I have mentioned to you some time back. Let me repeat that example. While working at a bank, I was managing an application called Eclipse. This is one of the customer-facing applications. This Eclipse application was having, let's say, a module called CRM, Customer Resource Management. There is one called Fund Transfer, where you will be doing all your transfer and all. There is another module called Product Trolley, where the bank is publishing all the products like loan product, mortgage products, etc., right? There is fulfillment. There is customer acquisition. There is what is that? CRM for product trolley, fulfillment, customer acquisition. There are something called nodes where the complaints and everything will be logged. Very complex application. You know what is the problem? In any place, when you take such complex applications, this is not handled by one team. This will be one team, this will be second team, fourth team, like that. And all these teams will be dispersed globally. For example, some teams were from India, some teams were from Singapore, some teams were from US, Latam, etc. Now assume that one error happened. We don't know where in the whole application one error happened. What happened to be the case is that there will be a customer support team. They will tell that, okay, one error happened. Whom to send that particular error? How will you know which application has created the error? No way. What will happen is that the front-facing application, maybe this particular application is created by a framework team. So first it will go to that framework team. Framework team will analyze it and they will find out, when the request is going to this particular fund transfer, and from there when it is navigating to product rolling, there is that error coming in. And then what happens after 15 days or 20 days, it will go to the fund transfer team. And that team is going to tell that, no, it is not our mistake, the session is getting cleared in this particular application, their mistake. So already 2 months are over, and they start looking at that particular problem. They fix the problem, SIT, UAT, production. So an error used to take 5 to 6 months. Look at that production error. How can you avoid this? If all these applications are individually deployed, they will have individual logs, correct? Take all that logs and aggregate everything into an HDFS and partition it by the location or the application into a Hive table. You see the magic once you get it? It is partitioned as per the application, right? And when the error is coming in, if that error is going into, let us say, product trolley, immediately you can call the product trolley team and tell that, okay, this is the problem and this is where the error is happening. So the reduction time of those errors are drastically reduced if you have a mechanism by which you can ingest it in real time. And that's what Flume is providing. Okay, so let's do a very simple example, and first you just look at this and then I will give you some time to do it, okay? And maybe after, when you are doing it, you can pause or you can continue the video however you wish, okay? So I'm going to open the terminal, and before opening the terminal, go to the browser again, same directory for our sun.com/passion, okay? So I'm removing that PDF file, and if you go to Passion, if you traverse a little bit down, there will be two files. One is having an extension flumeconf.tar.old. Don't take that one. Please don't take that flumeconf.tar.old. But there is another one, flume November 9 2017.tar. I want you to click on that. Okay, so look at my screen. First you observe what is happening, because there is a mistake that you may do. So clearly understand it first. Alright, after you have downloaded it, go to your command prompt. And I am going to move it. Where it will be available? In the downloads folder. And the name of the file is this. And copy to here. Right? It's a tar file. How will you extract it? Tar, XVS, XVF, that particular file. And as you can see, it will create a directory called flume. That's what I want. Okay? You will create a directory called flume and then go to the directory flume. Right? There is another directory called conf, and we are going to work on these examples one by one. Okay, so you got flume conf and it has got a configuration, and the configuration contains so many files, and as you can see most of the files are having an extension .conf. So listen, we just mentioned that if you want to use flume, you need to have three things. What are they? Source, channel,
Sync.
and sink. What is your source? What is your channel? What is your sink? And how the source and sink are connected are written in a conf file. Understanding? What are the sources? What are the channels? And what are the sinks? And how the channel is connected from source to sink. This information is created in a file called conf. So what is the prerequisite before using flume? You have to create a configuration file with an extension .conf which contains all these three. If any of these things are missing, your flume will not work because that is the basic. Okay? Now, what I am going to do is a very interesting example. We are going to have one window. I'm going to type hello world on this window, right? And I want another window where my flume is running. And as and when I am typing, whatever I am typing, I want to be displayed on this window. So that's our first example, very simple example. Okay? Now, if you want to type something here and if the flume agent wants to listen to what you type, what will be your source? From where it is going to take? Okay, of course, terminal, but terminal you cannot write in your program, right? Like a file. What are you going to write for your source? What are you going to write for your channel? What are you going to write for your sink? So, please look at that. vi example.conf. If you look, okay, just read that white colored things. The remaining one, whenever you are putting a hash symbol, it is a comment. It is not part of it. Okay. The first thing to know, okay, an additional point here. Source, channel, and sink. All these are going to be written in a configuration file, and the complete configuration file along with all these things are called as a flume agent. So what is a flume agent? Source, configuration, channel, sink, and the configuration file together. The first word in the file, all lines will have one word common. What is that first word? A1 is the first word, as you can see on the file, right? A1 is the name of the agent. So, tomorrow you want to write, so Surya wants to write a configuration file in which agent name he wants to give as passion. What he will do? Passion.sources, passion.sinks, passion.channels, passion dot everywhere the first word will become the agent name. So this is the convention. Then you are going to write sources. R1 is my sources, sink is K1, channel is C1. You are just giving alias names, just like tables. And then you are telling R1 is netcat, which is working on localhost 44444. Anybody know what does that mean? What is that meaning? What did I tell you? I am going to type, right? And when I am typing, it is broadcasting here, right? How can you type something here? You will open a port and you will tell that listen to the network. Netcat is the listening application, and you are going to write a particular port 44444, and then you will tell your flume agent that My source is this port.
Hmm.
So whatever you type on that port, flow will take it. Understand? This is not real case. This is just for showing you what is flow. In real case, nobody is going to run a port, but I just wanted to show you how the source, sink and channels are used.
Is netcat like a Unix thing?
Yes, it is like telnet, netcat and all these are Unix commands.
What will you do for Windows? In
Same.
netcat?
Same, it will work. Okay? It will work for all kinds of environments. Now, you are listening, that is your sources, right? So please look at the three attributes for the sources. I told you, source, channel and sink are there. But source is having some attributes, channel is having some attributes, sink is having some attributes. And how are the attributes? A1 dot, the agent name, sources, and your source name is R1. Its type is netcat. It is binding to localhost because I am running everything on my host. If you want to connect from Surya's machine to, let's say, Sarita's machine, Sarita's IP you can give there, localhost, provided there is no firewall between Surya and Sarita. Then you are going to give what is a port. And when you say logger, the meaning is write whatever is being typed here. So logger is your sink. K1. And what is K1? K1 is the sink. And now finally you are going to tell some parameters for your channel. You are telling that I am going to use memory as the channel, maximum 1000 lines. I can have a capacity of 100 number of transactions at a time. And you are going to tell that how the source and sink are connected. Source is connected to this channel and the sink is also connected to this channel. Mostly these two lines will be connecting to the same channel always. How can I have a source connecting to one channel and sink connecting to another channel? That is not possible, right? So one channel and source will be connected and the sink will be connected. This is the basic configuration. In certification exams, what they will do is, they will intentionally don't write that word A1. They will put a fill in the blank, dash, dash, dash. And then they will tell you that, okay, create a particular agent called Cloudera. So what you need to do is go there and type that Cloudera dot, Cloudera dot, Cloudera dot in every line. They won't tell you to write this completely. They will just miss something. For example, they will write here, instead of sinks, they will be writing Cloudera, fill in the blank. What is it? Right? Maybe these two lines they will not give you. So you have to know that you created source, you created sink, but you are not connected. And if you are not connected, it will not read. Clear? So what are the steps? You have to create an agent. The agent name will be the first word. Then you have to create source attributes, sink attributes, and then you connect source and sink together. That file is called a configuration file. And then you run flow with that configuration file. Clear? So what I am going to do is, okay, a little bit more steps now. Okay. So you told netcat and all, it is not going to work on the virtual machine for the first time. So I am going to go back here.
So Ravi, we can have more than one source.
Yeah, you can.
That's
That is
right.
called multiplexing. Okay, one source, second source, third source, everything is connected to one channel, and then one sink is taking all these things. That's what I did for that application that I told you.
But
How
channel
many-
is only one.
How many sources are there? CRM application, fund
Yeah.
transfer application, product trolley application, all these are
Channel will
different.
be only one.
Yeah,
For
pardon?
all this channel will be
Channel
only
can be
one.
only one.
Can be only one.
Yeah, only one pipe is needed, right? For all the data will flow through that pipe
So,
to
but
one
if-
sink.
If we have lot of sources coming in, will it impact the performance if we have only one channel?
There is no problem at
No
all.
problem.
Then you can scale the number of machines,
Okay.
right? Normally you won't do that, but you can do that. You can have
Okay,
individual
but it
channels also. But if you are creating individual channels, your sink also will be individual. At one point you will have to aggregate, no?
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Otherwise, what you need to do is this way. Okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is one channel, this is one channel, this is one channel. And now the sink is going to write to HDFS. This sink is also HDFS. This sink is also
Yeah,
HDFS.
that's what I was thinking.
That's also possible, right? But you have to make sure that the same directory is not overwritten
Okay.
and all those kind of things. will
And
come
so,
into picture.
if we are running any cron tab job or
Yeah.
any Windows job,
Right.
so we generally write logs in particular log file, right? So
Correct.
the same thing we can just forward
Absolutely, one of the examples I will show you that. Okay, we are taking Apache logs and we will print it.
it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so that is the fundamental idea. So if you look at the slide again, and sorry, that document again. Just to click on that, right? And if you come down, look at the number of sources, channels, and syncs that you can use. Very, very advanced. You can use Avro. What is JMS? Anybody? Java messaging service. Topics, queues, right? Then Twitter, Kafka, Netcat, which we are using in this example, sequence, syslog, multiport. I don't know about all these things because you might be familiar with the syslogs and all those kind of things. And then user datagrams, HTTP. These are the kind of channels. And again, sync. And you can easily see that there is a Kafka source and there is a Kafka sync, which means that real-time data you can take from Kafka and then you can process it through the channel and you can put it into another Kafka queue. Can you tell me an example where you can use it? Let's say stock trading. So a lot of things are happening in the real time, right? So everything is coming to one Kafka queue. From that Kafka queue, depending upon, let's say, is it a Nasdaq stock or is it, let us say, a different country stock, depending upon that, you want to put it into another queue. This is how the channels and all in the real world works. Trading, stock exchange, where lots and lots of data is coming in and you want to split it and then you want to analyze it. You want to take real-time actions, right? You want to inform all the brokers telling that this stock is going up. How it is happening in real time. Of course, Flume is not the technology, but you are getting the idea. Right? They will be using MQ and those kind of stuff because for transactions, MQ is proven to be the best. Okay? So, those are all the things that are available and we will use some of them, don't worry. And once you are untarring it, after that you are going to run this particular tool and the command is given here. Before you are running, as I told you, you have to run the netcat and all those things. But for running netcat, you need to have telnet installed. So the next command that I am going to do, every step is written in the material also. I am coming out of this and I am going to install telnet. Why? If you type telnet, command not found is what you will get because there is no telnet installed onto your local machine. So what you need to do, sudo super user yum install telnet. That's the command. So just accept yes when it is asked. It will ask you yes or no at one stage and just press yeah. Y and press enter. Y, press enter. So telnet is installed. Sudo yum install is the command you will be using for installing a new package. The telnet is installed and after the telnet is installed, again go back to the documentation, you will be running your first command to start your Kafka and you will be doing flume agent. Okay, let me just do it and copy it. So I'm just keeping this window a little bit down so that I can see it clearly and then clear. What I'm going to do, flume ng. What is that ng? The tail? New generation, because flume has got two versions. If you write simple flume, it's old technology. Always try to use flume ng, next generation, flume ng. And then agent name. Can you tell me what is your agent name? What is agent name? We have already seen it, no?
A1.
A1 is the agent name. And what is the directory where your configuration file is there? /home /cloudera /flume /conf. Right? That's the directory. And now in the directory there might be so many configuration files, right? I can write 1.conf, c 2.conf, 3.conf. So what I'm going to do, -conf file, -conf file, and now you give the real file name. What is the file name? com/cloudera. Just copy exactly it is run from my virtual machine only. Flume / spelling mistake. file and form/cloudera/flume/conf/example.conf. That is a file that we have just seen, right? Once you type that, look at that, what is happening, okay? You have to type and wait till you are getting a message listening on server socket 4444. From where that value is coming? From your configuration file. So press enter and just wait until finally you will get that message. It is telling you that it has created a server socket and it is listening. So this is created now. Okay? This is created? Sorry, this is created now. Okay, because it is flume agent that is running. Now, opening another window. I am going to do a telnet to localhost and the port is 444. This is the window now. And I am going to type hello, and while I am typing, please look what is happening on the other window in the back. Okay, you can see both the windows, right? Hello. Look at that. Something came here? Yes or no? What did you get? The logger sync is printing, okay? To make it clear, I think you are not seeing that effect, right? So I am just making it up. Okay, so now you can see the bottom window here, right? And this is the top window. Sure, this is the. Yeah. So this is the top window and this is the bottom window. So now let us write another word called fashion on the top window and see what is below. It will take a while, but the propagation is happening. Okay. These are all the hexadecimal numbers and it is showing you header and body. It is a JSON file. You can see the curly brackets and it is sending the data, right? So first flume agent you have created. It is taking the data from the netcat and the flume agent is receiving that and then printing it to the output screen, right? So just pause for a while. Can you please do this complete steps? How will you know how to pause?
Yes.
The option button and then pause. Otherwise it will be closed as one video. We are not doing it carefully.
Window. Which option? This. I think. Where is that window of QuickTime Player? It's a small window, right? Yeah. Option. Pause.
Right? Alright, now we are going to use another configuration file and it is already there, and what we are going to do is please open hdfsexample.conf, which is